Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss the question search in rotated shorted array. Before this, we have done the question of finding the minimum in the rotated shorted array. And yeah, you can if you follow the thing which I told in that video, you can solve this question also. In this question, instead of finding the minimum value, we need to find the target value in this rotated shorted array. So yeah, just see one thing for a rotated shorted array. If that is clear, everything will be clear. Let's suppose this was the array initially, and we rotate this was the array initially, and we rotated it from this point. Like this whole part went to the back. This is only happening, right? For example, if array is this, we are saying that yeah, this is the rotated part of the array because we rotated it 3 times, isn't it? We moved this part at the back of 4 and 5, and we are saying yeah, we are rotating it 3 times. So every rotated array, like let's suppose this is one part of the shorted array, and this is one part. This let's name this as part 1, and this part is 2. What we are doing is we are moving this one at the back. So after rotation, array will look something like this, isn't it? So these individual parts are shorted, like 2 is shorted, 1 is shorted. Now what for finding the target, we are initializing our starting index over here and ending index over here. This is the array given to us, right? This is the rotated array. This is the rotated array. This is the array given to us. Now we know that, yeah, this is the starting index, this is the ending index. Now whenever we find out the mid will either come in this part or it will come in this part. Let's suppose mid come in this part. Now how can you check that in which part mid came? So let's suppose if this mid value is greater than equals to starting value, can we say that yeah, this part is fully shorted, it is in the mid is in part 2, isn't it? If we can say like nums of mid is greater than equals to nums of 0, so can we say yeah, we are in this second part? So if our target lies from 0 to mid, then we can shift our ending index over here. Like if our target lies in 0 to mid, how can we check like if our target lies in 0 to mid? Since the part from 0 to mid is already shorted, we can simply check if target is greater than equals to nums of 0 and target is less than equals to nums of mid. If this is the case and we know that this part is shorted, so if target is present in this array, it will be present in this part, right? And if this is not the case, we can shift our starting index to mid plus 1. Now, how can we find if, let's suppose, this condition is not satisfied? Then we are like confident enough, like if mid lies in this first part. Now, in first part, we can say that from mid to the end element, that is, this was the mid and this is the index n minus 1, that is the end element. So this part is shorted because we are in the first part, right? So in first part, wherever we find a mid, from mid till the end, that part is shorted. So if our target is greater than equals to that nums of mid and our target is less than equals to nums of n minus 1, so we can definitely say that if our target is present in this array, it will be present in this part, right? So in that case, we will shift our starting index to mid plus 1. And if this is not the case, we will shift our ending index to mid minus 1. So yeah, this is the logic we are going to follow. Whenever we are given like shorted array, like rotated shorted array, always try to do it in this thing. Like the mid can come either in the second part or this first part. These two individual parts are shorted, right? So if these two individual parts are shorted, and whenever you encounter a mid, that mid can either lie in this part or either lie in this part. How to check that condition? If the element present at mid is greater than equals to the starting position, this means that mid lies in the second part. And if it is not so, then mid lies in the first part. Now, once we got like mid lies in which part, we can easily solve the problem because it is like that part is shorted. So if target lies in that part, okay, so our answer will lie in that. Shift starting and ending index according to that. And if our target does not lie in that part, so shift starting and ending index according to that. So let's code it down. You will get a fair bit of idea. Let keep the size in n. Let's initialize our starting and ending index. Starting index with 0 and ending index with n minus 1, because our if answer exists, then answer will lie in this indexes only. Okay, so let's keep an answer, and there is a possibility that target does not exist. So because of that, we are initializing our answer with -1. Because in case if target does not exist, we are returning that -1 part. So now while starting index is less than equals to ending index, we find out the mid, the same template which I have been discussing for so long. Starting index, ending index minus starting index by 2. Now we need to check that in which part of the in which shorted part our mid lies. So if nums of mid is less than equals to nums of 0, this means it lies in the shorted part, left shorted part. So we need to check that if target is greater than equals to nums of 0 and target is less than equals to nums of mid. In that case, what we will do, we will just shift our starting index to mid, like the target lies in this part, right? So we need to shift our mid ending index. So we shift our ending index to mid -1. And if this is not so, we will just shift our starting index to mid +1. And if opposite is the case, like the array lies in the second part, like the mid lies in the second shorted part. So for that, what we need to check that if our target element is greater than equals to nums of mid and target element is less than equals to nums of n-1. If this is the case, this means our target, if exist, will lie in that part. So in that case, we are shifting our starting index to mid +1. And if opposite is the case, we are shifting our ending index to mid -1. We also need to keep a check over here, like what we did in, like what we do while we search an element in a shorted array, right? We always do like nums of mid. If nums of mid is equals target, in that case, we are going to return mid. And if like till here we have not returned anything, we will be returning the answer, which will be -1. So in this case, even if you have not used the answer, you can simply return -1 from here, or you can do this. Okay. So let's try to run it once. Okay, it's giving us the wrong answer. Like target is 0, output is -1, expected is 4. Okay, let's check what mistake we have done. If nums of mid is equals to target, we are returning it, while starting index less than equals to ending index, nums of mid less than equals to nums of 0. Like nums, we made an error. Like nums of mid must be greater than equals to nums of 0, right? For this left part to be shorted. Okay. So it's running fine. Let's try to submit it once. Okay, it got accepted. I hope you all got it. Thank you.